What is going on, people of YouTube? My name is Kurtyoy and welcome back to another video. Now this video wasn't planned, and this whole week I've counted now 12, including this one I think so far, that I have to do. There could be even more, all going to hopefully be out by game week 1's release. But what I'm here today to do is an unplanned video. I didn't plan on doing it, but defend my Premier League predictions video. Now it's received a lot of hate. It's blown up. It is ridiculously blown up. I mean, I'll get stats up on the screen, but it is, compared to my other videos, it has gone off the charts. It's managed to pick up over 600 views, over 30 comments, 22 likes, as well as 17 dislikes. And I'm here to defend my views, not because of dislikes. Dislikes on this type of video I really couldn't care about. In fact, I welcome it more to my channel. It shows diversity, it shows people's opinions, and if you disagree with my opinion in videos like that, I welcome dislikes. I think that's where the dislike and like feature can really be used by YouTube well. You've got, on one hand, if you like and agree with it, you can do that. On the other hand, if you disagree with my things and leave a comment productively, then yes. But if you're spamming likes, for example, my anti-bullying Charity Tuesday video from a few months back, it gained loads of dislikes, and I think as of right now it's got less views than it has dislikes, so it just shows that what type of dislikes they were. But this video generally, sparks a lot of rage, and mainly for a few things. One of them, being targeted a small amount, was Middlesbrough and slightly Watford in the bottom half. Leicester has been overlooked, unsurprisingly, or surprisingly, sorry. And then we've also got Manchester City and Manchester United really hammered home. I know that's the ones I was worried people were going to hammer home about, really going ham on me. But why am I defending them? Because I want to sort of explain my reasoning. That video was rushed because I didn't have much time on each team. This video is now giving myself more time so I can look through a few of the comments. We're going to look through them in age order. So the first one, Anonymous says, "What the fuck?" Then Sergio Lopez says, "Lo, is this a joke? Absolute madness." Ross replied saying, "Yes, same." Ross replied saying, "Same would have been said about someone predicting a top 4 of Leicester, Arsenal, Spurs and Man City last year. You never know," which is something that I'm going to say. You never know. Leicester finishing top, Chelsea finishing in 10th. That was a huge shock. And Leicester 5,000 to 1. The story itself is insane. West Ham United did over the odds. Many people predicting them, even me, to be close to relegation. Slaven Bilic really pushed them forward. Everton had a shocking season. Newcastle got relegated. There were so many shocks last season that people are overlooking now, and it's easy to say I'm going to go for the safe options, blah blah blah. This is generally what I think is going to happen. This is something that I want to reiterate. We'll move on. Robert Lodge, "Thanks for believing in my club." Burnley, again, Burnley, I can see him going to the top. Also saying, "I see United, City top 4, but I get away with some. We'll get 5th if Lukaku and Barkley can hit form and stay at the club. Same with De La Feu, they can be great under Koeman." And I'll try and find some more comments that generally sort of go against one of some of my teams. Someone, Jack Murray, saying, "Watford were heavily reliant on 2 players, question mark. Add Gomez and Cathcart, fair enough, but it was more than just 2 players. And that I couldn't accept. I did overlook their defensive qualities. I mean, last season, Aurelio Gomez especially was a quality keeper to have. Saving penalties, saving chances. He was on fire last season. But the thing is that with a lot of players signing, a lot of attacking-minded players, I feel like Watford could be hurt a lot then. And when Carlo and Dini stopped firing, they generally stopped altogether. The whole team stopped. It's very well defending well, but if you don't score goals, you can't win games. If you score goals and concede goals, you can still win games by outscoring. The attacking was vital. Without them, they generally didn't have games. I mean, you look at the top goal scorers away from them, it was like a mere pittance of 3, I think, and 2. And even then, Hodado, who was their most creative player in the midfield last season, has left. And Alman Abdi, who scored 2 goals, has left for Sheffield Wednesday. So it leaves you just a 2-man team again. No proven Premier League players there to help the team go forward. It's worrying for Watford. That's Watford out of the way. Then we've got Middlesbrough in 18th. Again, I refer to the QPR. They could do well, but I feel like going on, history, QPR signed a load of players and got relegated because they didn't have a team. They came up with a team, they dispatched that team, bought a new team, and that new team got relegated, and then they dispatched that team for the championship and got old players back in that did the championship work for them a few seasons ago. So I feel like Middlesbrough could be doing that, and it's a lot of very old squad, but also you've got experience from elsewhere, which you could need maybe when you're getting European football for Middlesbrough. That is not what they need at the moment. But I'll move on. A lot of people saying Olivier Giroud, I don't think it's the real one, saying sorry, but I completely disagree. And Danny McCricky saying, now I know why you have 2,000 subs. Really, Manchester United in 7th and Leicester in 11th? Not correct predictions. Hope you look back at this vid at the end of the season. And I welcome that. A few other people saying, willing to call me a nonce or something at the end of the season. And I welcome that. I put my opinion out on the internet, so, because I enjoy doing it. And I welcome that. I'm the first person, I'll say it now, if I get things wrong, please come to my channel and call me a nonce. Honestly, because if I get them wrong, it shows that I'm human. This is just one man's opinion. I'm not stating facts in any of my videos. I do FPL tips videos. Tips on FPL, I give my thoughts on games, who could do well, but it's who could, it's not who will do well. There are occasionally times when you think Aguero against Sunderland at home, Sunderland looking pretty poor at the moment, you could say, yeah, Aguero will do well, but it's still not 100% confirmed. Nothing is 100% confirmed. It's just one man's opinion against another man's opinion, and that is what is so vital to understand. It is just an opinionated video, and that's all there is. I'll move on. FIFA Zone HD, by the way, I recognise your name from a lot of my videos, saying, sorry mate, in my opinion, it's completely wrong, and I can understand that. I mean, Manchester City have signed a lot of players. They've also signed John Stones as I'm recording this video. Manchester United have signed a lot of players, and they've signed Paul Pogba just before I made this video, and or officially announced him. But I can just look at it and see, I can understand why people are being mad, but you look at last season, Chelsea finishing 10th. Chelsea had a good season, and people will say, they didn't really build on it. They still signed players. And another thing you've got to realise is that statistically is right, but look at what Arsenal did last season. Everyone was going on about Arsenal fans were really upset with them because they just signed Cech in the window. That was all they signed. They signed a new goalkeeper, and that was it. But when it came down to it, Arsenal finished 2 places above they had in the previous few seasons just by signing a goalkeeper. Admittedly, they signed El Neni halfway through the season, but as far as attacking options and big money transfers are concerned, 0 players. So it's not always the case. Leicester, who would have predicted? Who would have realistically predicted Leicester just surviving the relegation zone, relegation drop, finishing first and blowing away everyone? You could say, I chucked a fiver on it, but no one, 100% thought, right, Leicester are going to win the league. No one is. It's impossible to say that. You can't say a team that is 5,000 to 1 is going to, they're going to win the league. No one would. It's as simple as that. Many people, saying, and it was constructive. The best thing about it, and I want to say that to everyone, constructive is always that. Disliking, I can really, as long as it's in this type of video, I don't mind it. If they give their reasons as well, again, I appreciate that, because that means it opens up people for conversation, and people then can talk to one another. I can reply to comments, I can respond to maybe comments in videos, and it really does open up a conversation, and I learn other people's reasoning, and maybe it will change my thing. For one, I think maybe I've underrated Liverpool. I could have underrated Man City, Man United as well. Maybe even Leicester will push on because they do look good in the attack, as they always do, they did last season at least. But it's just constructive criticism. And one last thing I want to refer to is a conversation I had on Twitter with a man by the name of @UnitedMatlar91, and he did that to me about 3 hours ago whilst I was at work, saying, you think Man United will finish 7th? Big long hum. Sound, mate. 3 kisses. Thanks for the kisses, I suppose. Moving on, he said, OMG, and you've put City to finish 6th? Loads of question marks. I'm assuming he was just watching the video, typing and thinking 7th, revealed 6th and 5th, and thinking, this guy's just gone bonkers. Admittedly, I was expecting it, I'm not going to lie. Then he tweeted, we've got Pogba, Ibra, Bailey and Mkhitaryan, we've brought in Mourinho, have a fully fit Shaw from the start, will be 2 places where LVG finished. And to that, I responded to all 3 of his tweets basically, and saying, in my defence, Chelsea had a good squad under Mourinho last season, look what happened. He said, so sum up, those who think of Chelsea finished 10th, new manager will win it, proven Jose for a team that were 5th, 5 places higher than Chelsea, and made superior signings, will now finish 6 places below Chelsea. A bit of a jamble, because Twitter doesn't allow you to tweet in multiple or more than 140 characters. But he went on further, say, to further eviscerate your musings, I think I said those words right. I don't really use them. You say Chelsea had a good squad last season. Yes, but history tells when a squad makes no major signings to its team for the upcoming season, they struggle. And they did not. By Jove, we have, again, I don't know what these words mean. I'm not very good with English. But in that sense, I've got to say, what the stats and the evidence says can go against me. And again, that is something why I was so scared to release the video. I mean, last season, people were surprised I put Arsenal to finish first, and I was only one off, somehow. I mean, they did shit it up, but in my defence, Chelsea haven't signed many players, and last season they didn't sign many players either. But I feel like it was just a case of, not last season, but saying if you win the Premier League and then don't sign any major players, does that mean you finish 10th? I mean, Mourinho did shockingly bad. The squad ended up turning against him, I'll say. And look at what started this season. Bastian Schweinsteiger has been forced basically into the under-21s. Juan Mata was taken on as a sub in the Community Shield, then taken back off because Mourinho wanted to protect against the high balls. And admittedly, I think if you bring on Fellaini, I understand, someone like Paddy McNair even, but Henrik Mkhitaryan, I mean, come on. There is a matter of a few inches there. There's no way going to defend against big players like Joa, for example, Morgan, Hoof. Nonsense. Mourinho's done it, and again, that is two players in the time Mourinho has been there that basically confirm he's going to start pushing people out the squad. People have come out and said the way Mourinho treats people in regards to the Schweinsteiger way has been bullying, which I've got a big history with bullying. But again, is someone that really divides opinion. And United fans wanted a big attacking football. Mourinho is famed for his park the bus approach, and it's something that I feel like will counteract. But again, they could easily go on and storm the league if they get Ibrahimovic firing, Rooney firing, Mkhitaryan firing, Martial firing. If you get Pogba firing, they are 5 world-class players that could win you games by themselves. And that's another thing to consider. And then in regards to the Chelsea thing, Chelsea have made no major signings, but Conte is a proved manager. He's done well. In Italy, as Italy manager, he did well. Italy were really under. I'd put them out. I'd put Italy to be out in the group stage, I'm pretty sure. And they did really well for me. And with a good squad. And Chelsea haven't signed many players. They've signed 2, Kante and Batshuayi. But what they have done is sign players that maybe they need. They were playing Fabregas in the defensive position last season. Had to play McKill there, who is not a Premier League winning first team wise quality. They've brought Kante in, who's proven he can be a good player throughout the whole season of the FPL. Of the Premier League, I shouldn't say FPL because that's Fantasy Premier League. Michy Batshuayi, because he's a striker that scores goals. And as much as you can say, you've got Diego Costa, you've got Loic Remy. It's proven, and it's someone that the manager likes. And you've got Cuadrado coming in, you've got Azpilicueta maybe playing in a wing-back position. I just feel like they look strong. They look strong. They haven't signed many, but they've signed players that they need. They can push Fabregas up. They've got Hazard maybe on the wings. They've got Willian. They've got Cuadrado, Oscar as well. Kennedy maybe to move into the team. Who knows what they can do. And yes, there are most probably chances that I'll get every team wrong. Last season I only got one team right. That team was Manchester City in 4th, so only hope we can get Manchester City right again in 6th. But again, like I say, it's only my opinion. If I offend anyone, I do apologise. If I piss anyone off, I do apologise. But when it comes down to these videos, I will piss you off a lot more. Because my opinion is out there. I'm not afraid to put it. I don't want to be one of those people that says, oh, well, I predicted that. And say, oh, well, I didn't make a video about it because I was scared about the backlash. The backlash is what I like. I'll hopefully respond to loads of comments. I mean, I pretty much got up to like 2 days worth behind, and I had about 80 comments come in yesterday, so who knows. But that's me waffling a bit and defending my Premier League predictions. And if anyone's got anything else to say, please leave them in the comments. Please do, because I like to see people's thoughts and opinions. And also, something that may be overlooked, Leicester and Everton. I feel like they were 2 shocks and rather overlooked, probably because the whole thing is shitting up, apart from, maybe the bottom half of the table, which is pretty nailed on. And by the way, that wasn't a glitch having Sheffield Wednesday in first at the bottom. I was just saying, because I had a bit of extra space to use, I thought, I'll put Sheffield Wednesday to win the league. In Championship, who knows. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Hopefully you can understand my reasoning behind some of the decisions I made. And if you want anything else, feel free to tweet me, feel free to leave a comment. I'll try and reply to comments, but I'm well behind now, so I can't guarantee it'll be anytime soon. I've got a lot of videos coming out this week. Hopefully you all enjoy them, but thank you all for watching, and peace.